Hey there everybody, welcome back to, well, hopefully a happy Saturday. It's been a pretty decent one around here so far. And I am thinking, I was looking around going, what are we going to chat about today? The garden update is tomorrow, so there's not much point in looking at anything down here because we're going to look at all that tomorrow. And frankly, it's been raining for the last 3-4 days. I'm starting to understand why that Noah character built his boat. But, so there's not really a lot I can show you out there without short-circuiting the camera. That kind of leaves us with the Mead. Now, the Mead has been sitting down for not 2 calendar months, but damn near 8 weeks. So, 2 moons. And I think that's probably more important in something of this nature, but that could just be me. I have some weird ways. Anyway, there hasn't been a lot of activity going on in there the last few days that I've checked on it. And, well, when I give it a little bit of a swirl, it still smells pretty sweet and like something I'd like to try drinking. Based on all that, I have talked Shocks into perhaps tasting this with me. But first, I want to take a quick look at it. I want to take a quick sip from it and probably run it through a filter. But one thing at a time. I have to say I'm much happier with this up on a shelf than being down on that little milk crate. April 5th, 2018, 4 cups of honey, 12 cups of water, 1 packet of 11-1-8 yeast. In theory, should have finished a month ago. It's kind of what it looks like now. Was expecting something a little more clear, but didn't do anything to feed the yeast. I was given lots of suggestions on that, so perhaps next time I will remember and make a list of all those things. But yeah, as I say, when I swirl it, I'm still getting some gas escaping activity, and that gas smells pretty good. So we're gonna hike this upstairs and take a closer look at it. Alright, so I've got the lovely Shocks assisting me on camera duties here. Just put that airlock down into the side for now. Does smell pretty good, so we'll pour a little bit of this into my handy sauce testing glass here. Let's see what it looks like. And if it tastes reasonable, let's run this through a filter. It bubbles. Alright, and up to the light. It doesn't look bad. Certainly not clear, but I really have no idea what I was expecting. So, it actually smells pretty good. I'm not quite sure how to describe it other than, there's a hint of a beery type smell. I almost smell kind of a cinnamon. I just don't know how to describe that. Alright, well, a quick one to see if it's worth filtering, and we'll take it from there. That's really strange. I almost don't know if I want to filter that. There's an interesting texture to that beverage. Hang on a second, let's pause the camera and I'll get Shocks to have a taste of what we got here.
Why am I doing this?
Well, you're taking a quick taste to see if it's, should we filter this? Should we carry on with this experiment? What do you think? That looked kind of like an unhappy face.
That's weird. Almost feels like it's not done doing something.
Oh? You didn't give it more time?
It's weird.
And yet one wants to have more.
Mm-hmm. This almost tastes bubbly, sort of.
Yeah, there's still a little bit of carbonation in there.
And the meat that I remember tasting before was not bubbly.
Oh.
It was like a smooth alcoholic feeling. It was like this, but without that. A sensation thing happening.
Alrighty.
It's, I don't hate it.
So we're going to try filtering this through a coffee filter first and just kind of see what that does for it as far as color, you know, clarity, texture, all that fun stuff. It's definitely fizzling like a carbonated beverage. So I don't know, maybe some of you more experienced mead makers can let me know. Does that mean it's not quite finished yet? As Shocks was saying, it feels like it's on the verge of something. I don't know. I was just saying, I could probably consume vast quantities of this sitting around a campfire with no real problem. So give that a minute or two to kind of work its way through, and then we'll get back to it. So our end result here does appear to be a slightly paler color after that filter. The coffee filter does take forever though, and didn't take out quite as much of the color as I was anticipating. But let's see if it's changed the taste at all. Recording, right?
Yep.
So trying the filtered stuff here. We'll see if anything has changed. Like I was just saying to Shocks, I imagine a bit of the fizziness is probably gone. And it is. Really doesn't taste like anything that I was expecting. Still smells good though. And I could still drink way too much of this by a campfire. I'm going to say it merits more experimentation. Alright, so we've chatted about it, and I think what the decision is I'm going to look forward to some feedback from you guys who have a little more experience in the mead community. And for now, I am going to sanitize a couple of old 2-liter bottles, and we're gonna bottle this sucker up for consumption and start fresh in the next few days. I want to clean all the equipment, of course, but I still have 9 more of those yeast packets. We've still got a fair chunk of honey. And as I understand it, I put in kind of the bare minimum amount of honey just to kind of make all the yeast work. So I'm thinking next time I might put in a little bit more, see if we end up with something with, well, more of a leftover honey flavor. So, ooh, excuse me. That's the mead talking, I swear. So yeah, I guess from here, I'm going to take a second away from the camera, sanitize those bottles, and hopefully Shocks can come and do some more camera work as I try and fill this up without spilling all over the kitchen, because that would be a sticky, sticky mess. So what we're left with here is, I'm going to say, what, 3/4 of a 2-liter bottle filled with just the mead, about the same amount in another 2-liter with a whole bunch of mint from the aquaponics there, because we think that might make for an interesting flavor, and just a little bit left at the bottom, because obviously I didn't want those sunken things and basically what, all the dead yeast and such. So I'm going to go leave a little bit of meat in there and pour that out into the compost for, you know, those gone but not forgotten. And there we go. That concludes the end of that. There you go. Yeah, I think I might be a little bit fuzzy from that already. So anyway, that's the end of the first mead brewing experience around here. Definitely going to be doing this again. Want to try it in one of the 5-gallon things once I get this dialed in a little bit better, and I will let you guys know how this mint works out. Very interesting. My words don't seem to be working quite right, so I think at least a small part of that mead may have worked out exactly as it was supposed to. And on that note, which I may or may not have already said a couple of times, I am going to wrap it up. We'll be back tomorrow as we actually take a look at garden stuff. I know I promised plants and stuff today. Sorry guys, it's just crap out there. It's crap. So we got and stuff. But yeah, tomorrow there will be garden. Come hell or high water. I have an umbrella, I just don't like to use it. So yeah, see you tomorrow.